All right, if everybody will get settled in, we'll get started here. If everyone would take a seat, appreciate that. Again, welcome to the Boyd County Republican Party's Meet the Candidates event. Again, a reminder that Reservoir Hogs, Two Chicks Coffee, and Sadie's Lemonade are on site to provide meals, drinks, and dessert. And appreciate the folks at John W. Clark for providing bottled water for us. So my name's Tom Roden, and I'm with the Eagle Total Media Radio, and you can listen to my morning talk show 6 to 9 Monday through Friday here locally on 95.3 FM, 1200 AM in the Huntington, Ashland, Ironton area. You can also download the Total Media app to your phone. Click on the Eagle to listen live or listen online at yourtotalmedia.com, yourtotalmedia.com. So I've been covering 3 primaries for 3 straight Tuesdays. Today's Ohio's primary. Next Tuesday is West Virginia, and 2 weeks from today, May 19th, as you know, is Kentucky's primary, and that's why we're here. So a lot of these folks have already been on my show. We got more that will be coming on in the next few days. Looking forward to that. At this time, I want to introduce Boyd County Republican Vice Chair Josh Bader, who's going to have the invocation and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. So would everybody please stand at this time and welcome Vice Chairman Josh Bader.
Thank you everyone for attending tonight. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all. If you're willing, please remain standing. Bow your head, close your eyes as I do some prayer. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Lord our God, we pray as a community this evening that our conversations and interactions are our guidance in serving you, O Christ our Lord. While discussions regarding our choice of representations occur, may we, the citizens, meet this hour with prudence, compassion, and a dreadful sense of responsibility. Likewise, may all candidates be mindful in their faith of you. Let us remember all good things dedicated to you begin in the heart of the faithful. May your gift of faith, Christ, be the soil in which this community grows. May your peace and patience be our guide in nurturing our families. May your conviction upon our conscience aid in our deliberations and discussions this night. May our character be aligned with you, O Christ, as we walk together maintaining our freedom in our community, our commonwealth, and in our nation. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, I pray. Amen.
Thank you, Josh. At this time, we want to invite Ellen Keaton, who's going to be singing the national anthem, so please remain standing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled o'er the land of the free.
appreciate that. You may be seated. So we have different representatives here that we're going to be recognizing. And at this time, we want to recognize our state elected officials who are seated here today. And I want to first recognize State Senator, Kentucky State Senator from District 18, Robin Webb. There she is. You don't have to be seated. You can walk around. That's fine too. Okay. Also, Kentucky State Representatives. First off, from District 96, Patrick Flannery. District 98, Aaron Thompson. And District 100, Scott Sharp. And I understand Scott's working his way here. All right. Good to have all those folks here. And so we have some federal candidates we're going to recognize a little bit later on as well. But we're going to introduce our first group of local candidates who are in contested races that are going to come up here and speak. And so at this time, I want to bring up the property value administrator candidates, Brandon Reed Ramsey and Homer J. Woods, if you all would come up. Also, our county attorney candidates, Curtis Dotson and Katie Neltner. And our candidates for Boyd County Sheriff, Jamie Reese and John Daniels. You all come up. While they're making their way up here, I just want to encourage you and remind you that we have as our mascot an elephant. And an elephant is much different from a rhino. So make sure you know the difference between an elephant and a rhino. It's very important that you know your animals. Okay. Thought I'd throw that out there. I've known some rhinos in my time. So we'll start with Property Valuation Administrator. And we want to first welcome up Brandon Ramsey. Each speaker, by the way, will have about 3 to 5 minutes. So come on up, Brandon. Thank you.
It's always nice to run your first campaign and then end up having to give the first speech of the evening. My name is Brandon Ramsey, and I'm running for the Property Valuation Administrator. I'm a lifelong resident of Boyd County, a place that didn't just raise me, but has shaped me. I'm a graduate of Boyd County High School, and I earned a Bachelor of Business Administration degree from Marshall University. Both places I was fortunate enough to be able to play baseball. The game that taught me discipline, accountability, and how to work as part of a team, lessons I've carried through my entire life. For the past 28 years, I've been a self-employed businessman, doing courthouse work. I've worked in over 40 counties in 4 states. That experience has given me a unique, real-world understanding of how property, records, local government actually function, not just in theory, but in practice. I spent 25 years coaching baseball at Boyd County High School. There's something that's nothing quite like coaching young people to remind you about what really matters. Showing up, being consistent, and treating people the right way. In 2019, I was honored to be inducted into the Kentucky High School Baseball Coaches Hall of Fame, but the real reward from coaching was the relationships that I built along the way. Now let me tell you why today in this place matters so much to me. The property that we're standing on right now, the Boyd County Community Center, was once my family farm. This was my home. I grew up right here on this property. We played baseball and football right over here in this parking lot. We played basketball right over here behind my grandmother's house. And for those of you who have lived in Boyd County a long time, I'm sure you remember when they redid the road out front, when they reworked everything and cut the hill down, they bought this property from my family. Eventually, the county purchased this property and has transformed it into something bigger than just property for one family, a place that now serves our entire community. And that's what my campaign's been about. Moving forward isn't just a slogan, it's a mindset. It's about taking what has been given, respecting it, and finding ways to make it work better for everyone. If elected, I will rely on the experience and institutional knowledge of people who are already doing the work. Good organizations, I've learned over the years, don't just start over, they build on what is working. I do intend on keeping the current staff and supporting them if I were to win an election. But I also bring something new, fresh ideas, an outside perspective, and a commitment to making the office more efficient, more responsible, and more accountable to the citizens of Boyd County. I'm not a current government official. I'm someone who has spent nearly 3 decades working, learning, and solving problems in the real world. And I believe that experience matters. Boyd County has given me so much, and I feel like this is my opportunity to give back. On May 19th, I humbly ask for your vote. Let's move Boyd County forward together. Thank you.
What position? What position did you play? Huh?
I was a pitcher.
Pitcher, okay. All right. All right, thank you, I appreciate it, Brandon. At this time, we want to welcome up the other candidate for Property Evaluation Administrator, Homer J. Woods.
First and foremost, I want to thank the Lord because He has put me in this position, and I've been in this office for 30 years, and we are pretty transparent. My door is open to anybody that feels they need to come up and talk to me. I treat everyone the same. My decisions, I like to pray first, turn it over to the Lord before I get heated and any discussion with a customer. I have a great staff. We all take classes each year to better ourselves for the public. And like I say, I was hired in 1996, and I took office in 22. That's my first term as PBA. So May 19th, I'm number 2 on the ballot. I appreciate your vote, support, and I want to thank my family for backing me, and even when the bad times, they're with me. So thank you, and have a good evening.
Thank you, Joe. That's a 4-year term, is that right? 4-year term? All right, running for County Attorney, we'll first welcome up Curtis Dotson.
Serving as your county attorney for the past 3 years has been one of the greatest honors and privileges of my life, and I do not take that responsibility lightly. The stroke of a pen has changed a person's life. It cannot be made hastily, with anger or retribution. You must think about these decisions, because what we do at the county attorney's level can affect real people and really even the community as a whole. And that's what we need, sound judgment in that office. When I ran 3 years ago, I had some ideas. My predecessor had been there for 30 helps our district a lot. Now, I am proud of this. That is not the work of Curtis Dodson alone, I'll tell you that. We've got a great staff, and I'm honored to work with them. And each of those individuals, they give their heart and soul to this community. And it's what this community needs. We've worked with our other elected officials. Coroner Mark Hammond and I, a couple of years ago, we teamed up in a lawsuit against the Fayette County Coroner's Office and the University of Kentucky. We played in their backyard in Fayette County, and we won that lawsuit. And that has saved county, as I understand, Mark, from your figures, roughly $20,000 a year, and it will continue to do so, because we could not shoulder that burden alone here in Boyd County any further. So that's what it takes. When you have local officials who want to work together, you can get things done and get real results. And I know I'm almost out of time, but again, I ask for your vote. It's in 2 weeks from now. I think we have early voting Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, the week before. But I do ask for your vote, and thank you so much for letting me speak tonight.
By the way, I do like how Kentucky has an actual election day and not an election month. 3 days, yeah, that's worthy. 3 days is fine, but 3 weeks is ridiculous. So I appreciate that. You guys are doing things right. Ohio, I think, they've been voting for several weeks. Okay, so also running for county attorney is Katie Neltner. Katie Neltner, come on up.
You're good. Won't be the first time it's been announced. As my opponent said, I want to thank the local GOP and all of the individuals and volunteers that showed up to run this event. When it was first posed to us as candidates, I think some people were apprehensive to get up here and tell you a little bit about themselves and their platform, but it's great to see everyone. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Is that better? You're welcome. I see a lot of familiar faces in the audience. For those that don't know me, my name is Katie Neltner. I'm not going to waste a lot of your time today. I'm going to give you a little bit of background about me. I am a local attorney. I'm licensed to practice law in Kentucky, West Virginia, and Ohio. I've been doing that since 2018. Currently, my practice involves representation of county entities, state police, correctional facilities, correctional officers, our teachers, our aides, and the list goes on. So the experience that I have translates well to this county attorney's race. Personally, I'm a mom. I'm not a politician. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm an attorney, and I'm a coach. I have coached at Boyd County for 6.5 years, and I'm currently at Raceland. So I echo what's been said. Nothing that I do on this stage in this election as an attorney is ever going to rival what I do every day when I work with those youth and those young girls. So I appreciate the opportunity to be here. Again, like I said, I'm not going to take up a lot of your time. I am going to hit on 3 points. When you go second, you don't really have to explain a lot about the county attorney's office. A lot of people don't have personal experience with the county attorney's office. It's probably a little bit better for the general population if they don't. Anywhere from misdemeanors, traffic violations, which I'm sure no one in this room has, and child support, as was mentioned. And I'm going to tell you the 3 things that have come up in this campaign that have been explained to me, and 3 things that I intend to do. Now, they're not the only 3 things, but again, I'm not going to bore you with the list. Number 1, support our law enforcement officers and our first responders. Over this past campaign, I've learned a lot. When I first set out to campaign, I committed myself to researching, learning, communicating with the entities and the individuals who dealt with the county attorney's office on a daily basis. I wanted to know who the individuals were and who the entities were that were consistently dealing and touching the county attorney's office. And I wanted to know what they thought needed improvement. I wanted to know what they thought areas of correction could be. I wanted to see what their vision was for the relationship between their entities and their responsibilities in the county attorney's office. So number 1 would be law enforcement, increasing communication, ensuring that every case that is submitted is tracked, making sure that there's a record of every file that is submitted to the county attorney's office, not just the ones that case that's submitted by law enforcement represents hours, days, weeks of a law enforcement officer's life dedicated to that evidence packet. So I want to make sure that we give that the reverence that's due and make sure that there's a tracking system to make sure that every case that comes through those doors is reported and make sure that we are taking care of that. Second would be accountability in the child support office. Wow, not every issue that's in the child support office can be attributed to any one individual. It's government bureaucracy. However, there are instances where cases need to be audited. They need to make sure that the court orders that are in those cases, again, county attorney does not dictate the amount. However, they do have the responsibility to accurately enforce those child support orders. I intend on doing that, even if that means auditing the entirety of the caseload, which I understand is extensive. But I think that for those payors in Boyd County that are paying child support, that needs to be done for some accuracy and accountability. And I think for those that are receiving it, that needs to be done as well. And third is my life's goal of investing in our youth. So the issue of truancy, the issue of status offenses is rampant in our schools. Our administrators have acknowledged that. We're looking at a 33% chronic absenteeism rate in our high schools. And I think that anything that we can do, any support that the county attorney's office can offer our high schools, our administrators, they need to do that. We need to make sure that our kids are in schools, that our kids have a future, and that there's not a number on a page. So those are 3 quick little goals that I have. My table's over here if anyone would like to have a conversation. I'm willing. You can follow me on Facebook. My cell phone is available on there, and direct messages are open. So again, thank you to the GOP. Thank you for everyone for being here. I appreciate your time.
Volleyball coach, okay. All right. We move on to the next category for Boyd County Sheriff, and we have current Sheriff Jamie Reese first up.
Thank you all for coming out this evening. I do want to give a shout out to the GOP party, all our volunteers, but I also want to thank you all for coming out and taking time out of your schedule to hear what we have to say, have an opportunity to interact with some of you. I know a lot of you all in the room. There may be some that I don't. Feel free to stop over by the table. But I can't get up here and not brag about my family and the thanks that I owe them for the opportunity to be able to stand before you as the sheriff. My family sacrifices a lot. They know that at any time I can leave the dinner table or a ball game. I've got most of my family here this evening, sitting over here to the right. My youngest is playing a baseball game right now, so he's unable to be here, but couldn't do the job without their support. They're there with me every day. They support me. They know my passion and my mission is to treat people fairly and treat you just like I would treat my own family. I have made it a point since I took office in 2023, we made vast improvements. I come into a department where we needed new cars, we needed new radios, we needed new equipment. And you know, with a budget that we had to work from, it's tight to do that. So you have to kind of prioritize your needs, but we had a lot of them. But the collaboration between the physical court and the partnerships that I've got, we were able to make things happen. We got some grant money. We were able to buy 10 patrol cars right out of the gate and equip all those cars with the necessary equipment they needed for the deputies to do their job and do it efficient. They all come with new computers, they got the scanners in them, they got the radar units, stuff that they have to have daily to keep them safe and ensure that we're providing the best law enforcement that we can to the people that we're serving. So we got those cars right out of the gate, got some new cars. We brought a detective. I've always said I've worked 30 years here in Boyd County, and everybody says we need a detective, but nobody wanted to address the issue. It's very important. I've seen a lot of cases sit stagnant because we haven't had somebody to do a proper investigation. And everybody blames it on manpower. Well, we all know manpower. If you wait on that, we're never going to be fully staffed hardly. It's a problem nationwide, just not here locally. Departments, they switch around, they get better paying jobs, they leave for various reasons, medical, anything can come up. They might even take a lower paying job because my deputies work their rear ends off day and night to provide the best service that they can. You know, in addition to answering 911 calls, they have a lot of responsibilities to the need that that we have to accommodate and serve in our community. They serve papers, they do vehicle inspections. And we've tried to lighten that load. I created a full-time process server to help our courts to get these subpoenas and these time-dated cases, get them moved along quicker, help these victims to get their cases moved through the court system. And it's worked, it's helped, it's taken a load off our deputies. We're getting paper served at a quicker response, the ones that are time-dated. But having a detective, when you're a victim, whether it's a child abuse, a theft, or a burglary, you want somebody that's going to be devoted to that case to be able to stay with you, provide updates, and even if they don't solve it, that should be the bare necessity that you get. So I made it a point, even though we were kind of short-handed, I made a promise to the people, and I think we fulfilled everything that I said we were going to run off of the first term, and that was to bring a detective to give everybody that's a victim, whether it's a child abuse or a burglary or theft, give them our very best that they deserve to bring whoever's responsible for whatever the crime they committed to justice. And I'm very proud of that. The first detective that we sent down to Eastern State, 10 weeks of the academy that he attended, and that we were the very first ones to ever send somebody from Boyd County, so I'm proud of that. You know, we kept that promise. The people are important to me. You all believed in me and trusted in me, and I need to give back and show you I'm available. Those that follow me know I'm on Facebook all the time giving updates, whether it's road closures, weather-related issues. Now some say, well, how come you don't always talk about all the cases or all the arrests you make? I'd be on there every day. Some things too you can't jeopardize. You don't want to put out on Facebook because it's still an ongoing case or you may be using it to get other information. But we have tried to be as transparent as possible about providing the patrols of where my men and women patrol. I'm very big on that. Some of them are here, they probably hate every time they get a message from me because I'm telling them if you're not on call, hit this neighborhood. And they do it. They do it with pride. They do it with professionalism. Very thankful for their hard work, for the pay that they get. They deserve hazardous duty. They deserve a lot. But again, we're a small county and we have to work within our means. But we're getting there. We're making steps. We're continuing to move forward. They work extremely hard. We took on 2 things that we never had before that rocked the country in Healing Appalachia. That's 30,000 people that come to our county in addition to our regular population. And those guys went out there and did a bang-up job. People they were bragging on how professional they were. We had minimal problems, minor incidents, but that's a testament to the men and women I've got that I'm leading. I'm lucky enough to lead them. They're out there on the front lines, and I try to help them. When we're short, I'll jump in there and take a call. We all work together, and if we're short, and family first with me. If you know me, I'm a family man, and I try to do the same to the public. You may not be directly blood family to me, but I think about every one of you all when you send me a message. I respond. Whether it's on Facebook, you call me, I'm available 24/7 because you all put me in office to do that. You need to be able to get a hold of whoever your leaders are, your elected officials. And I have done that since day one. I'll continue to do that. We're not going to change anything. We're moving forward. We've done some really nice things. We've upgraded our evidence room to a tracker system where it's all electronically scanned in through barcoders. We added a school resource officer. Catlettsburg Elementary did not have a school resource officer. We made that happen. So we're moving things in the right direction. I know I'm trying to throw a lot in 4 or 5 minutes, but I would love to have your support and vote on May the 19th. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, this time we want to bring up candidate for sheriff, John Daniels.
Good evening, everyone. I want to thank the Boyd County Republican Party and all those involved in putting this event together. And I want to thank each of you for being here tonight. It means a great deal to stand in front of people who care deeply about our community and the future of Boyd County. For those of you who may not know me, my name is John Daniels. I'm a law enforcement officer, law enforcement professional, an educator, a small business owner, and most importantly, someone who is deeply invested in this community. This is home. It's where my family lives, where our children go to school, and where I want to help build a safer and stronger future. The experience has shown me that what works and what needs to change. Tonight I want to focus on leadership and priorities. First, for elected sheriff, I will invest in our youth by expanding school-based programs led by resource officers. These programs will focus on mentorship, education, and building trust between law enforcement and young people early on before problems ever take root. Second, I believe in taking care of our deputies. We will implement merit-based promotions and assignments so that performance, dedication, and results are recognized and rewarded. A strong agency starts from within, and we must create an environment where good deputies want to stay, grow, and build their careers here in Bowie County. Third, I will ensure accountability and follow through in public service. This includes implementing a system that tracks every code enforcement complaint and animal control request from start to finish. When a citizen reaches out for help, they deserve a response, not silence, and not uncertainty about whether their issue was ever addressed. Fourth, I will prioritize transparency and communication with the public. I will implement a daily morning briefing shared with the citizens of Bowie County on some form of social media, providing a clear overview of incidents and activity from the previous 24 hours so our community stays informed and aware of what's going on in our neighborhoods. Fifth, I will modernize and strengthen public safety tools. I will aggressively pursue state, federal, grant funding to improve our radio systems and equipment, our deputies with body cameras, in-car cameras, because officer safety and public safety depends on having the right equipment in place. I will also implement clear policies and oversight into the use of flock camera technology. That includes supervisor approval for certain searches, routine audits, defined access control, and strong safeguards to ensure the system is properly responsibly and always in the interest of public safety and public trust. In addition, I will strengthen our approach to drug enforcement by creating a dedicated street-level narcotics unit, working along state, local, and federal partners. Our goal will be to disrupt drug trafficking while also connecting addiction issues and recovery resources. My plan is to streamline the chain of command, reduce unnecessary layers of supervision, and relocate those resources back to the road. This will put more boots on the ground in our communities, improve response times, and ensure we are using taxpayers' dollars efficiently while strengthening public safety. We will take full advantage of federal overtime grant that is already in place to conduct saturation patrols in high crash areas, speeding complaint zones, intersections with frequent stop sign violations, roadways with ATV concerns, and locations prone to impaired driving. This allows us to increase enforcement where it is needed most, improve safety, and be responsible stewards of taxpayers' resources. Finally, I will work with the physical court and our state partners to pursue hazardous duty retirement for our deputies because those who serve in dangerous conditions deserve benefits that reflect their sacrifice. I also understand the budget challenges we face, and I'm not going to make promises without a plan to pay for them. That's why I'll work to identify responsible solutions, whether through reallocation, phased implementation, or state support, and continue pushing this forward with transparency until we see real progress. Everything that I have laid out comes back to one principle, and that's servant leadership. This job is not about authority, it's about responsibility. It's about serving this community, supporting the deputies who serve alongside me, and making decisions based on what is right, not what is easy. On May 19th, you will decide the direction of the Sheriff's Office. If you believe in experience, accountability, transparency, and service, I humbly ask you for your vote. It would be the honor of a lifetime to serve as your sheriff. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless Bowie County.
All right, how about another round of applause for this group of candidates here? Thank you. Also want to recognize here today, if he's here, I haven't seen him, Ashland Mayor Chuck Charles. Are you here, Mayor Charles? I was hoping he'd be here because I wanted to pay my parking fine. Okay. I guess I'll just mail it. I saw some of you here taking notes, And that's a really good thing to do. Some of you are recording things that the candidates are saying, and I think that's awesome. So whether you come to an event like this, listen to, I don't know, a radio show like the Tom Button Morning Show, and you're listening to candidates, always try to make notes. Do your homework. Do your research. You know, I hear people say all the time, and it doesn't make any difference whether it's a conservative, a liberal, whoever, they say, well, make sure you go vote on election day. Well, wait a minute. If you don't have any information, if the only research you've done is drive by a yard sign and you think you might know that person, you have no idea what they're running for, then, and nobody else will tell you this but me, by the way, stay home. Just stay home. No, my dad fought in World War II, and he didn't fight for your right to vote stupidly. At least do that generation the honor of doing a little bit of research, a little bit of background, turn on the computer, use your phone, maybe go to a Meet the Candidates event, maybe listen to a radio show, maybe try to ask questions and find out who that candidate is. Learn about the issues. Otherwise, I just say forget about election day, because we don't want you to vote if you don't know. And I suggest also that you look in the newspaper. And so I want to recognize here today Tammy Womack from the Ashland Daily Independent. Would you stand? So Tammy is, I want everybody to recognize her because Tammy's going to go around to your table a little bit later on. She's taking notes, but you probably didn't answer all the questions she has. So she's going to come around and sit at your table, look you in the eye and ask you some questions, and then you can answer those questions, right? Yeah, and you'll have that in the Ashland Daily. That's good. And so that's how we learn. And we got to educate ourselves. We don't need stupid voters. That's the Democrat side. We need to educate ourselves here, okay? So be smart. Thank you. That public service announcement is free. Rush Limbaugh used to talk about low information voters. I call them no information voters. And if I was a rapper, and I used to be in a long time ago, I would say, no info vote, yo. So, yeah, just don't go vote. All right, this time we want to welcome up our candidates for County Commissioner in District 1. So if you will go ahead and come up. Do we have enough seats here, Dirk, for the District 3 candidates too? Yep. So, County Commission candidates for District 1 and District 3, come on up on stage here. And I want to remind you once again that Reservoir Hogs, Two Chicks Coffee, and Sadie's Lemonade are here with meals, drinks, and desserts. Appreciate them, and John W. Clark Oil for the bottled water. You got to pay for the food, though. So, no freebies here. This is not a Democrat meet and greet. All right. County Commissioners, come on up. Have a seat. All right, so we're going to start in District 1 with candidate James Boot King. Come on up. Make sure you hold the mic close to your face and 3 to 5 minutes.
Good evening. First, I would like to thank the Boyd County Republican Party and Dirk Hay for putting on this event. Hopefully, this is the first of many to come. It's been a great effort on their part. The committee that helped put all this on, again, thank you. I would like to thank you, Tom, for hosting this event. And my father also was a World War II veteran. And I appreciate your words about our freedoms. And I'd like to thank Tri-State Media Services for recording this event. I assume it will be out on Facebook at some point. So thank you guys. And I would like to thank everyone in the audience for
taking the time to come out tonight. It's really appreciated. My name is James Boo King, and I am running for Boyd County Commissioner in District 1. I am a native of Boyd County. I was born and raised in Ashland. I have degrees in economics and government from Center College in Danville, Kentucky. I was employed for 35 years at Home Federal Savings and Loan. In 2014, we purchased Town Square Bank, a local bank established here in Boyd County by Bruce Van Horn. And in 2018, we then sold the entire financial institution to City National, and I took early retirement. When I retired, I was the Executive Vice President and Chief Information Officer, and also served on the Board of Directors. I am currently the President of the Ashland Kiwanis Club. I am a member of the Board of Directors at the Highland Museum and Aspire Conservatory and United Way of Northeast Kentucky. I am the Treasurer of the Ashland Area Business Boosters Club, and I am a member of the boards at Bluegrass Federal Credit Union and Super Quick, and we have several convenience stores located throughout Boyd County. Finally, I am a board member and the treasurer of the Northeast Kentucky Economic Development Authority. This board was created by the fiscal courts of Boyd and Greenup County to promote economic growth in the two counties. And I am extremely proud to be a life member of the NRA. I am married to my lovely wife, Laura. She is a physical therapist who treats children from 0 to 3 years old with developmental issues. We have 2 daughters. Our oldest, Kayla, works at People's Bank, and is the mother of my 2 amazing grandchildren, Elena and Weston. Our youngest, Jocelyn, is a sophomore at Ashland Blazer, where she plays on the volleyball team. I am running for commissioner because I know I can help grow Boyd County. I believe my banking background and financial expertise can be beneficial to that. I want to ensure that our tax dollars are wisely and conservatively spent. I also intend to focus on economic development. We need good paying jobs for our hardworking men and women so they don't have to leave this great county to have a job. And our young people to have employment here at home when they graduate. I believe that my educational background and years of working in the financial sector make me the perfect candidate for this position. For the past 20 years or longer, Boyd County has been losing population. The population is decreasing. In addition to that, the population is aging. We're getting older. Really not sustainable. And tourism is great to have, and I thank the judge and the court for having tourism. It does bring people into Boyd County. But what we need is permanent job creation, so that our young people will have employment here at home when they graduate high school, trade school, or college. We need job creation. That's what I intend to focus on. In my career, I dealt with CEOs, CFOs, COOs, and other corporate executives. I am very comfortable dealing with them. I am very accessible and intend to be very accessible. Particularly being a retiree, I will have time to devote to this position. My cell phone's on my website, and my literature, and my social media. I plan on spending time in Frankfort, meeting with our legislatures, many of whom are here tonight. That's where the money and the incentives are for businesses looking to come to Boyd County. The county can't do it without the state. And that's where the money is, and I intend to be down there speaking with them and the leadership team in the General Assembly. I thank you for allowing me to speak to you tonight. I humbly ask for your support and your vote on May 19th. My Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, guides me in my daily life. God bless Boyd County, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much.
And also District 1. I want to welcome up John Michael Conley.
Good evening. My name is John Michael Conley. I'm a husband, father of 5, and grandfather of 1 beautiful little book. I was raised in Boyd County in a Christian home by the best parents a boy could ever ask for. I have an incredible brother that I know will always have my back in anything, but most of all, I'm a born-again Christian, saved by grace, and always will ask the Lord above for any guidance in matters that I'm not sure of. I'm a volunteer fireman at Canonsburg Volunteer Fire Department. I've been there for 20 years, and I enjoy the challenge of that very much. I've spent 30 years of my life as a chemical operator, with 18 years of those as a union chairman and president for the United Steelworkers, which I sit on the board of. I've spent my entire career giving my coworkers a voice at the bargaining table with various companies. Now I want to do more. I want to make sure that the voices of those I represent are heard in local government. Too often, decisions are made by those who don't understand or don't see how their choices impact their lives of others that they represent. As a union worker, I feel those impacts firsthand, and I care deeply about them, and I won't make promises that I can't keep. This campaign is about making sure that the citizens of this county have representation and that their voices are heard. Your vote is personal, and I hope to earn it as someone who will stand in for the values and the needs of our community. Finally, today isn't just about this campaign, it's about someone who's helped me make all this possible. Happy birthday to my wife, Dana Ray, who has stood by my side during this campaign. Your patience and your support for me is more than I deserve. And I'm grateful to walk this world with you. I love you and happy birthday. Thank you very much.
Did you bring cake or ice cream or anything? Okay. We'll enjoy that here in a little bit then. Happy birthday. Look, she ought to stand up. At least wave. Okay. At this time, County Commission candidate District 1 is David Salisbury.
First off, I'd like to start by thanking the Republican Committee for hosting this tonight, along with the Boyd County Democrats Club, or Republicans Club. Whoa! Ooh. The second thing I want to thank is all the candidates. Running for office is probably one of the biggest challenges that there is in life, and to stick yourself out, to run for office is one of the biggest things that you can ever do in your life. And I commend everybody in this that's running for office or serves in office. It's thoughtless. So I'll just start and say good evening, friends, neighbors, and fellow citizens. My name is David Salisbury, current District 1 County Commissioner, and I stand before you today not just as a candidate, but as someone who deeply believes in the strength of our community and the promise of our future. This is not about politics as usual. This is about people. It's about families trying to make ends meet, small businesses working hard to grow, and communities that deserve to feel safe, supported, and heard. We all know that our county is facing real challenges, but I don't see challenges, I see opportunities. As your current District 1 County Commissioner, I've worked to move our county forward through economic development driven by tourism, bringing new visitors, new dollars, and new opportunities. And we're already seeing results. The sports complex at Camp Landing, creating a destination for families and tournaments, 2 of the top 5 concerts in the state of Kentucky, bringing thousands of visitors to our area, and new restaurants and businesses choosing to open right here in our county. That's what smart growth looks like. The difference in the race comes down to experience and results, and I've demonstrated both. I believe in responsible leadership, I believe in accountability, and I believe in unity. Because at the end of the day, we all want safe neighborhoods, good jobs, and a better future for our children. This campaign is not about me, it's about us. If you give me the opportunity to continue serving, I will keep fighting for smart growth, strong communities, and a future we all can be proud of. From the Camp Landing Sports Complex to record-setting concerts to new businesses opening every day, we're not just talking about it, growth, we're delivering it. And we're just getting started. I'll ask you for your vote humbly on May 19th. I'm number 3 on the ballot. Thank you, and God bless you, and God bless our community. Thank you so much.
All right. And we have one more candidate that's speaking from District 1, and Heather Moore.
Thank you. I was going to say, David, you took my line. One of those was mine. And I'm going to stick to my script because if you know me, I am winded and I only get 3 to 5 minutes. So I'm going to keep to that. But good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here tonight and thank you for caring about the future of Boyd County. My name is Heather Moore, and I am proud to stand before you as a candidate for County Commissioner, District 1. From a very young age, I've carried what I can only describe as a servant's heart, something deeply inspired by my late grandfather, Liam Pritchard. He taught me that the greatest impact we can make in this life is through serving others. That lesson has stayed with me every single day. I truly find joy in showing up for people, in listening, in lifting others up, and in advocating for meaningful change, not just for some, but for all. I'm not a career politician. I'm a school counselor, a wife, a stepmom, and a community advocate. For over 15 years, I've worked in education, serving students, families, and staff in real and meaningful ways. And for more than 7 years, I have had the opportunity to serve in leadership roles at both the local and state levels, working alongside diverse groups of professionals and community leaders. Those experiences have broadened my perspective, strengthened my ability to collaborate, and helped me understand how to turn ideas into action that truly benefit people. Every single day in my role, I sit with people in real moments. Moments of struggle, growth, uncertainty, and hope. I don't just hear what people are saying, I listen to why and what they need. And that perspective matters. Because the decisions made at the county level don't just exist on paper. They impact real people, real families, and real futures. That's why I'm running. I'm running because I believe Boyd County deserves leadership that is present, responsive, and forward-thinking. My platform is rooted in 3 simple but powerful priorities. First is strong communities. Supporting families, investing in safe environments, and making sure that every person feels seen, valued, and supported. Second, smart growth and opportunity. Thinking strategically about economic development, infrastructure, and creating opportunities that keep our young people here so they can build their future right at home. And a major part of that is workforce development. I am deeply passionate about supporting and expanding opportunities in trade education and the skilled workforce. Right here in our own community, we already have strong pathways, from high school trade opportunity programs to Ashland Community and Technical College, that allow students to learn here, grow here, and stay here. We need to continue investing in and elevating these opportunities, encouraging our young people to pursue meaningful, in-demand careers in the trades, while also supporting the growth of local industry. Because when we create clear, accessible pathways to success, We don't just prepare individuals, we strengthen families, we support local businesses, and we build a more sustainable future for Boyd County. And third and final, it's accountability and transparency. Ensuring you know how decisions are made while resources or where your resources are going, and that your voice is not just heard but it's respected. But what truly sets me apart is the perspective that I bring. As a school counselor, I see the impact of decisions from the ground level. I see how access to resources, mental health support, transportation, and community stability shape outcomes, not just in schools, but across entire families. I bring a voice rooted in service, empathy, and problem solving, not politics. And I also bring something our commission has never had before, a woman's perspective at the table. Far too long, leadership spaces like this have been missing that voice. Not because women aren't capable, but because the opportunity hasn't always been there. Well, the time is now. And the first woman trainer just won the Derby, making history. Because representation matters, perspective matters, and Boyd County deserves leadership that reflects all of its people, not just some. I'm not running to maintain the status quo. I'm running to ask better questions, to bring new ideas, and to challenge us to think differently about what's possible. I'm running to be a voice for the families who feel unheard, for those working behind the scenes to hold our community together, and for the next generation who deserve to believe that they have a future right here in Boyd County. This campaign is not about me, it's about us. He said it first. But we are all on the same page, and like he said, look at how many people have showed up here tonight who care about Boyd County. It's about who we are, what we value, and where we're going next. And I truly believe that together we can build a Boyd County that is stronger, more connected, and full of opportunity for everyone. My name is Heather Moore. I am number 4 on the ballot, and I hope on May 19th that you show up and choose to support progression and change. Thank you for your time, your support, and your belief in what we can all accomplish together.
Actually, we do have one more candidate in District 1 for Boyd County Commissioner, and we'll welcome up at this time Keith Watts.
So I'm not your typical politician either. As you can see, I don't have a pre-written speech or anything like that, so I'm going to just kind of shoot from the hip. My name is Keith Watts, and I'm a former county commissioner. I was county commissioner from 2019 to 2022. I was also part of the first party that we brought in that was in complete Republican control of the fiscal court at that time. Myself, Eric Cheney, and Randy Stapleton, along with our Democrat at the time was Larry Brown. During that time that we were there, we focused on tourism. We separated our city and our county tourism into 2 different departments. That way we could actually start focusing solely on Boyd County. We hired our first tourism director, Andrew Steele, and Andrew Steele has been doing a phenomenal job ever since he started. On top of that we done, we also was the ones that brokered the deal that got the Cuyahoga Mall sold, and was the ones that brought in the Camp Landing district for you all, along with Backyard Pizza and Sandy's Racing and Gaming. So hopefully there's supposed to be a racing at Sandy's Racing and Gaming starting in this August. Will be our first actual races here. They have 3 weekends set up for that. And one of my main focuses is to get back into office and to continue to work on the economic development. You know, behind the scenes, I sat down every week and I had meetings with our economic development director. I had meetings with our county judge executive and a lot of our other department head and local officials. I was continuously speaking to them about different things that they would need to help out in this county. I was also one of them that led the charge to get our deputies the raises that they deserved. You know, we were one of the lowest paid departments in the state of Kentucky. At that time, I fought for these guys to help get them what they deserved and to help get them all the equipment that they needed to be able to do their jobs. I fought for them to be able to get the new cruisers, the new terminals that they do have in the car that they're able to work from now, instead of trying to go back to the office and write the reports from there. this may, you have a big choice to make. I mean, there's 5 of us that is running for District 1 Commissioner. Dave's been there for a long time. Dave does have a lot of experience, and Dave has done a lot of good things for the community. We do have a lot of newer people that are here that are showing their faces. But I humbly will ask for your vote on May 19th. I'm number 5 on the ballot. My name is Keith Watts.
All right, appreciate that. So we'll move on to District 3 County Commissioner. We have 2 candidates. We'll start with Randy Stapleton.
I'd like to thank the Republican Committee for putting this on tonight. There we go, I'll get it up here. Appreciate everyone who's here, who's come out, and thank you for showing up. And to get things started, I'll just tell you about myself a little bit. I've been a Boyd County resident for 63 years. I'm 63 years old. I graduated from Boyd County High School. I have a self-employed masonry business. I got 5 kids and 11 grandkids from the age of 3 to 21. And it's a big lot of my life. But I'm running for county commissioner again because I want to see the future. And the future is our kids. And if they don't have economic development here going on, and we don't have a future for our kids, we're not going to have a Boyd County like we have had in the past. So I want to see, I work hard on economic development already. There's some things that I think that's in the pipeline that's coming. We really can't indulge yet. But let's keep this going forward and let's not move it backwards. Again, my name is Randy Stapleton, and thank you for your vote on May 19th.
A lot of grandkids, but it's a lot of fun around your house during the holidays. At this time, again, running for County Commissioner in District 3, William Bud Stevens, Jr.
Good evening. I know a lot of you, but there's a lot I don't know. I'm William Bud Stevens, better known as, Bud Stevens on my campaign signs. And I worked for you for 8 years as your county judge executive from 07 to 14. And this building that you're sitting in right now was a horse barn. Under my administration, this is what you got. Come forward, and we got grant money to finish this out from the state. We talk a lot about going to do this and do that. Nothing's going to get done unless we generate some money for this county. Get a lot of promises. We're supposed to create money for ourselves and move this county forward. The reason I'm running, I spent 8 years as your judge, and I have been to Frankfurt, and it is tough. It's easy to govern if you have money. It's a nightmare if you don't. I've been on both ends of that. But as your ex-county judge, I'm running for commissioner again. Everybody knows me. I'm a worker. Ain't a lazy bone in my body. I like to see this county move forward. I can help the county judge, the official court, move forward. And I intend to do that. But we have to do it. We can't get nobody to do it for us. We have to do it. We have to challenge the people in charge and get, well, see how I'm on my platform right now. Look at your gas tax that you pay per gallon of gas. Back in my day, it was 37 cents. Why can't we keep a dime of that gas tax for our infrastructure needs? It goes all to the state, and they give us back what they want us to have. There's other revenues that we could generate if we would just work at it and go after them and challenge the status quo. But we're not getting nothing done. We make all kinds of promises unless we have some money. Politics is politics. Promises is promises. It gets down to the bottom line, it's about money. We get money this county, we get things done. I know I'm up here preaching and you all understand this, and I'm asking for your vote on the 19th, and I'm a worker. This building you're sitting in was a horse barn. We put it together under my administration and other things. We get things done. I'm not a talker, I'm a doer, and they're rare. So I'm asking for your vote on the 19th. Thank you.
All right, how about another round of applause here for all of our county commissioner candidates. You guys can go on back to your seats. Thank you so much. Again, we want you to get with Tammy there from the Ashland Daily Independent, and so she can get a one-on-one with you, get some more information down for readers of the newspaper. All right, at this time, we want to bring up here on stage our candidates for Constable, 1st Magisterial District, and also our candidates for Ashland City Commissioner. So if you guys would come on up. Again, we want to thank John W. Clark Oil for the bottled water, which is free. And if you haven't already, be sure to stop by the food trucks out there, Reservoir Hogs, Two Chicks Coffee, and Sadie's Lemonade. As they're coming up, I just want to ask a question here. So, we know we have a lot of people here who are running for office, or maybe office holders currently. We know we have a lot of people that are here with their campaign. I want to ask you right now, how many of you are here that you're not associated with a campaign and you're not running for office? Would you please stand? Just stand up. Okay? Thank you. Appreciate you all being here. These people came to learn. They came to get information. They want to hear from you. They want to know what you're going to do for them if you're in office. That goes for all of you that are running for office. These are the people, and we're a whole lot. Most people here, even though they're voters, they're associated with the campaign, but these people right here came because they want to learn. They're not here to push an agenda. I think that's awesome. Thank you all for being here. So, running for constable in the 1st District, first off, we want to hear from Aaron S. Prophet. Aaron, come on up.
Good evening. I want to thank God for this opportunity, and I appreciate the Boyd County Republican Party for hosting this event tonight. I really do thank you. My name is Aaron Prophet. I've always had a desire to serve in public office. I believe the time is right for me to step forward and serve our community. I'm asking for your vote for Boyd County Constable, District 1, because I believe the office should be taken seriously and carried out responsibly. While the role may not be highly visible, it is still an elected position of public trust. Anyone who holds this office should be prepared, accountable, and ready to support the sheriff, deputies, courts, and local government when called upon. I believe right is right and wrong is wrong, and those decisions should be made fair and consistent. Transparency is a word that gets used a lot, but to me, it means something simple. I will keep a record of my work, date, time, location, and a description of what was done, so the public can see exactly how I'm serving them. I've worked for the City of Ashland for 19 years, and I'm currently a supervisor. That experience has taught me responsibility and accountability in serving the public. I believe in doing good when no no one else is looking, because God, He sees it all. I've been a pastor of Fairview Holiness Mission for 8 years, spiritually feeding and guiding people. The Bible says in Colossians 3:23, "And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as to the Lord, and not unto men." Amen? That is how I approach leadership and service. I want to bring that same work ethic, fairness, and consistency to the office of Boyd County Constable, District 1. Remember me on May 19th. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right. And our other candidate from District 1, Constable, is Brian K. Ramsdale. Brian.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, let me introduce myself. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Brian Ramsdale. I'm your Boyd County District 1 Constable. I was born and raised right here, Richland Court and right through. I'm a husband, a father, firefighter of almost 32 years, and a youth football coach for Ashland Middle School. During my time serving as your constable, I've been approached, called, messaged by people all across Boyd County with every kind of question and concern. Some reached out wanting to understand what a constable does. Others contacted me because they needed help in a difficult moment. No matter the situation, I've always done my best to listen, respond, and assist anyone who asks. My focus has always been simple: serve the community, protect the community, and be present for the community. Whether it's checking on families, responding to concerns, or helping keep our neighborhood safe, I have taken this responsibility seriously every single day. I've done this all without spending one taxpayer penny. Every gallon of fuel, every uniform, everything that we do comes straight out of my own pocket. I do this because I care about the community. I check churches and businesses, as well as keep a watchful eye for residents when they may be out of town. If re-elected as your Boyd County District 1 Constable, I will continue to be available, approachable, and committed to the people I serve. Community safety isn't a slogan, it's a responsibility that requires experience, consistency, and dedication. There's a great deal that goes into this job, and real experience truly matters when it comes to protecting our county. Experience is key, and experience does matter. So I respectfully ask for your vote and support to re-elect me as your Boyd County District 1 Constable, and I will continue working hard for the safety and well-being of your community. Thank you.
All right. So now we'll move on to our candidates for Ashland City Commissioner. And first up, I want to welcome Jeremy Lawrence.
Everybody hear me okay? That's good. I'd like to thank everybody for coming tonight. I'd like to thank the Boyd County Republican Party for hosting this event. My name is Jeremy Lawrence, and I'm running for Ashland City Commissioner. First off, a little bit about myself, as many of you don't know me. My wife Lauren and I were both born and raised in Texas. I lived in the Dallas area until I was over 30. We lived in Colorado and Utah, where I've had a career in law enforcement. I've worked on SWAT teams, narcotic task force, gang task force, and now I'm a violent crimes detective with the Huntington Police Department. I've been told that my main hurdle to overcome in this election will be that I am an outsider, and to that I can relate. We've experienced that. We lived in Utah when COVID happened. Many of the flaws in our government became quite evident, as well as cost of living increases, the threat of lockdowns, and the threat to medical freedom. Overcrowding by floods of people leaving California for the red state of Utah quickly threatened our conservative values as a family. We wanted to live in a city that cherished its people, their history, and their way of life. And so 5 years ago this week, we packed up and we moved to Ashland, and I'm thankful we did. I'm sincerely encouraged by the kindness and generosity of everybody here. For no reason, expecting nothing in return. Sadly, over the past few years, we've watched as Ashland is in decline. Our population is dwindling, our jobs are scarce, and wages are low. There's an underlying question of who's going to fix this. Government officials across all levels either don't notice or don't care that people are hurting and demanding change. If what is happening around us is business as usual, then we need to rethink our business model. It seems that we are no longer led by elected officials, but we're enslaved by them. But we can change course. We are creative and resilient. And by working together, we can ensure that Ashland and all of Boyd County will thrive. Change starts at local levels, with incentives for new businesses and encouraging community involvement. I'm asking for your vote so that together we can make Ashland a prosperous and a successful city that it deserves to be, for our futures and for the future of our children and grandchildren. Government should work for the people, not the other way around, not for political power or monetary gain. That's why as Commissioner I will lead with integrity, common sense, and open communication. Again, my name is Jeremy Lawrence. Thank you all for coming.
All right. Next up, we have Socrates Marutis. Hope I got that right. Running for Ashland City Commission.
My name is Socrates Marutis, and I'm running for Ashland City Commissioner. I'd like to thank the Boyd County GOP for the invite tonight and the opportunity to speak here. I've been an optometrist in the city of Ashland on and off for the past 19 years. I grew up here and I did my university work in Lexington at UK and also in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm going to echo some similar themes that you've heard all night long. What motivated me to run for commissioner was the development of new businesses in South Point. And I was looking around the area, and we have Nucor in West Virginia, Vertiv and Ironton just got 500 new jobs, and I thought to myself, why can't more things like that happen in Ashland? Population loss is the biggest issue in the city and the county, as many other people have stated, and with proper economic development, we can turn the tide of that. I'm also interested in the less glamorous aspects of helping run the city, making sure that the new wastewater facility has all the resources that it needs, and things like water distribution. I don't know if anybody remembers 10 or 15 years ago when all the main lines broke and the tanks ran dry, and for a few weeks there it was tough to take a shower. So all the resources, I want to make sure that those departments have all the resources they need. I also hope to work with the county, the Boyd County, and the commission, and maybe we can open up better lines of communication where if the county sees something that might be economically viable for the city, they can let us know, and if the city sees something that might be better suited for the county, that we can keep those lines of communication open. We have a good opportunity here because Gen Z is becoming a little disillusioned with city life right now. More of them are moving back to their hotel or hometowns. They're not really enjoying the city as much as they thought. And we also have the younger generation that is tending not to move away as much. If we can give them a reason to stay here, then we can really prosper in this area and help them and their families. So I would like your vote in the spring and the fall, and I make this promise to you: you will not find my name in the Epstein files. Thank you.
those names, if they're guilty, perp walked in jail, because that's the least of what needs to happen to them. So, yeah, that's right. You can applaud there. It's okay. I don't think we need to pass a resolution that we all believe that there should be consequences for billionaire pedophiles, right? Can we agree with that? Thank you. At this time, Ashland City Commissioner candidate Fred Unruh can come up. Oh, Fred Unruh can't come up. Okay. How about Amanda Clark?
Good evening. Thank you to the Boyd County GOP and to all of you for being here this evening. For those of you who haven't met me, my name is Amanda Clark. I am running for City Commissioner in the City of Ashland. I am, first and foremost, a child of God. I am a wife, I'm a mother, and I have the proud title of Meemaw now, which is fantastic. And it has been an absolute honor to serve my community for the past couple of decades, actually. In my professional life, I work in what everybody has mentioned this evening, economic development. I am the chair-elect for the Kentucky Association for Economic Development, a state organization that works very closely with the state cabinet and all of our communities for pursuing economic development across the state. I'm also the vice chair of the Northeast Kentucky Economic Development Authority, and I am the chair of the TENCO Workforce Development Board. So in my profession, that's what I do. I am an economic developer. As a matter of fact, I am a Master Economic Development Practitioner, which is a certificate that you can receive when you're an economic developer. I focus on helping communities grow in a smart and sustainable way. That means recruiting jobs, supporting local business, and planning for the future. And that's exactly how I approach my public service in the City of Ashland as well. In my 10-year tenure as a previous Ashland City Commissioner, I saw what thoughtful, steady leadership can do. I also learned that progress doesn't just happen. It doesn't show up at your doorstep. It takes intention. And that's why I'm running on a simple idea, and I've heard several people say it. We're going to move forward. We're going to move forward. My entire intention in this campaign is forward with purpose. To me, that means having a plan and thinking beyond today. It means making decisions to prepare us for where we are in 5 years, in 10 years, or in 20 years. Guiding growth takes intention, and that's where my profession comes into play. Economic development plays a key role. It's not about chasing one project. It's not about chasing smokestacks. It's about building a strong local economy that supports small businesses, helps existing companies grow, and creates opportunities for the next generation. Economic development starts with quality of life. Businesses will not locate in places they cannot see themselves living. You guys have probably heard me say that 1,000 times. I'll stand on it. Strong neighborhoods, safe streets, and vibrant public spaces aren't separate from economic development. They are the actual foundation of it. It also means being prepared. Preparing sites so that we're ready for investment, building relationships that help Ashland compete and succeed, supporting the small businesses that make our community so special, and investing in infrastructure that improves daily life and supports long-term growth. That's how we create opportunity that lasts. Forward with purpose means being intentional about growth. It also means focusing on the basics: responsible budgeting, strong infrastructure, safe neighborhoods. And just as important as what we stand for is what we choose not to focus on. This campaign for me is not about looking backwards. It's not about reliving old debates, revisiting old decisions. It's not about trying to go back. It's about what is next. Because leadership isn't reacting in the moment, it's about preparing for the future. So what does that future look like? It means continuing to invest in public safety, infrastructure, and economic development. It means building on the progress we have made and the strengths of our city. And it means making thoughtful decisions that serve every neighborhood, every family, and every business. I'm proud of the work that we've done over the last few years. I would be honored to have your support as we keep moving forward. forward with long-term vision, forward with responsible leadership, forward with strategic relationships, forward with positive momentum, and forward with purpose. Thank you.
All right. So at this time, we want to welcome up current City Commissioner Marty Gibb.
Thank you, and thank you for inviting me, and thank you for the Boyd County Republican Party. I'm Coach Marty Goode. I've been a city commissioner for the last 18 years, 9 terms, and I'm presently going for my 10th term. I have coached for the last 53 years, 23 years at the high school level. I pastored church for the last 13 years. I'm president of the Boyd County Health Department. I'm president of Federated Charities. I'm president of Ashland Area Ministerial Association. I'm president of the CK Ministerial Association. I'm on the Salvation Army Board. I'm on the South Ashland Family Resource Board, and I'm a member of New Kiwanis. The city, you can find me in at least 3 places every day. I have a ritual that I go through every day. I'm either at the city or one of the city sites that we're doing some kind of project. I'm at the school, on the field, or I'm at my church. My mantra is, it's not about me, it's about we. It's always about we. In the last 18 years, we've seen our city evolve from heavy manufacturing to a strong service and retail hub. People ask me about my years at AK Steel. I was there I graduated from high school, and 5 days later I was working at Armco. They say, where's Armco at? Where's AK? It's on 23rd in Lexington. It's called UK King's Daughters. And it's our major employer with 5,800 employees. They just finished a $169 million renovation expansion. This year we've had 140 new business licenses. Our recent numbers indicate there's 93,000 people that come through the city of Ashland every day. Our Town Center Mall is second in the country of a city our size in the health of an inner city mall. People come from southern Ohio and southern West Virginia and eastern Kentucky to our mall. We have the #1 Texas Roadhouse. We now have a great hotel, and our downtown is coming back. My family was in business for 75 years on Winchester Avenue, and I'd like to see it that way. And I'm thankful for our businesses that have stuck it out. Thank you for Teresa Carter. Thank you for our businesses and people that have invested in downtown Ashland. And I'm wanting to see that come back, and we're going forward in that. We've invested $1.5 million in our city parks, in our ball fields. We just voted to purchase the old Gene Jackson property and to remodel it into a city farmer's market. And we have a wastewater treatment plant that's coming up right now that'll be done in 2029. And the biggest appropriation to our city, $35 million convention center or conference center right next to the Paramount Arts Center. We have ongoing things that have been improved. But those are the quality of life issues and the health and safety. We have a great police force, a great fire department that we've invested a lot of money. In my tenure, we had take-home cruisers voted for. We just voted for $1 million fire truck that's on its way. I've just been endorsed by the firefighters this evening, Local 706. And I'm committed to go to work to you every day. What does Marty do on a given day? Well, I got a call the other day from a local dentist on Winchester Avenue, and she said, my dental office is full of horseflies. I said, what's a horsefly? What are you talking about? She said, I have an old condemned house next to me, and the grass is about 3 foot tall, and I don't know, the smell is bad, and said, I'm just overrun with horseflies, and it's bad for my business. What can you do? So what do? I called Code up, and I said, what's the story on
this house. And they said, well, it's due for inspection next week, and we'll probably get a grass cutter out there in 2 weeks. And I just hung up the phone. I took my lawnmower and put it in the back of my Highlander, and I went out and cut the grass. 2 dental hygienists came out on the front lawn and said, what are you doing? I said, I'm cutting your grass. She said, why? I said, because it's the right thing to do. The city commissioner responsibilities are very simple. The first responsibility is to craft, draft, and enact city ordinances for the betterment of our cities, to provide good quality services with quality of life and health and safety, a good police force and fire department, garbage and water, and parks and rec, to cultivate an atmosphere that would bring new business here, and the last thing, to train, educate, equip, and compensate our greatest asset, and that's our city employee. I'm thankful for the past. I'm grateful for the present, and I'm hopeful for the future. I'm Coach Marty Gooden. I'm number 3 on your ballot in the primary, and I've covered your vote. Thank you.
I'll say this before we let candidates for Ashland Commissioner go. I've gotten to know, so, by the way, I work on Winchester Avenue in the Total Media Radio building. So we're the new owners of those radio stations, Total Media Radio, and we're a growing company. And again, you can hear me, the Tom Roden Morning Show, 6 to 9 weekday mornings on 95.3 FM, 1200 AM, and also if you download the Total Media app, click on the eagle, you can listen that way. But since I've been working in Ashland, I've gotten to know really well Dr. Gary Dillon from Dillon Chiropractic. And the reason is because my neck gets this twitch in it as I'm trying to back into a parking space each morning. So I just need to know who I send the chiropractic bill to is all. Thank you guys for being up here. You can have a seat. Maybe one of these days I'll get me one of those smart cars that just backs right in. I don't have to worry about it. Probably isn't coming soon with $5 a gallon gas. So at this time, we want to, we were going to have a dual speakers here with Ashland Mayor Chuck Charles and Eric Cheney, Boyd County Judge Executive. We're going to speak together about unification of the city of Ashland and Boyd County working together to find efficiencies. But since Judge Cheney was unable to make it, Mayor Charles also is not speaking, but hopefully at the next event we'll be able to hear from both of them. So at this time, we want to recognize our candidates or their representatives for federal office. And so we're just going to ask you folks to come down and stand right here in front of the stage to recognize you. So first off, in the race for U.S. Senate, representative for Congressman Andy Barr, Aaron Thompson, you come on. Michael Ferris is here, so come on down. Okay, thank you. And from what I understand, Daniel Cameron's campaign sends their regards. I'm unable to attend tonight. Also, federal candidates running in the 5th Congressional District. Representative from Hal Rogers' office, welcome to come down. And then also Benjamin Hurley and Kevin Smith. If you folks will all come down and stand right in front here. We'll wait on everybody else. And while we're waiting, moderating. I want to thank Dirk and all the folks with the Boyd County Republican Party. Great event. Dirk, thank you so much for putting this together. Your staff did a great job. And we need events like this. You need to attend events like this. We need to make time to get to know each other and learn about the campaigns. And so I want to bring these federal candidates or their representatives down front here because I want you to have an opportunity to meet them and talk to them. Do we have, is Aaron still here? Okay, Aaron had to go. Oh, by the way, Representative Scott Sharp is here. I want to recognize him. Scott, thank you for being here. All right, so I'll just use, where's Michael? Okay, all right. So we appreciate Kevin Smith. If you'll recognize, just raise your hand. After the pictures, of course. All right, candidate Kevin Smith, there he is. And candidate Benjamin Hurley. This is for Kentucky 5th Congressional District. And have a representative here from Hal Rogers' campaign. There you go. That's Adam Rice. Adam Rice. Thank you. All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. And we hope folks will get to know them. And any questions you have about the congressional candidates, feel free to go up there. Very accessible. And they'll want to hear from you, want to talk to you. I think that's all we have. This is an opportunity here in our closing moments for the next 45 minutes or so for you to enjoy some Reservoir Hogs, barbecue, enjoy the Two Chicks Coffee and Sadie's Lemonade, the John W. Clark free bottled water, and get to know these candidates. So go around to the tables, get their literature, find out more about them, talk to the candidates, and then in 2 weeks, make the best decision you can for Boyd County and for Kentucky and for America. I'm Tom Rutten, the Straight Shooter. Tune in tomorrow morning, 6 to 9, The Eagle, Total Media Radio. Thank you so much for being here.